Again, I don't know how I'm gonna get this to work. But yeah, OBS was on my screen again. If you want to know how I'm doing this week, and if you want to know what it means to be mentally ill, and again, this is not a universal experience, I feel like, but this is what I've experienced. Yesterday, I Shazammed a song I saw on TikTok, and I listened to it at least 30 to 50 times. So that's how I'm doing this week. But I am your host, Cecilia Sisters, as you would ever like to call me, as long as it's not rude. You can see my cat. He is here also, but he won't be guest starring because he cannot speak the English language. Um, but yeah, this week I wanted to get more in depth on like gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, and this was going to be the title of the episode. But then I had a little bit of a existential crisis because I realized, like, one, am I a part of the GGG cycle of, gaslighting and gatekeeping spaces and being girl boss and also what does it even mean to be a woman, and also like what does my type of feminism is, even if it does. Okay, as you can see, I'm clearly having trouble trying to even get to what I'm trying to even say. So, and I don't want to completely scrap the idea because maybe I just need to do more research. Maybe I just need to read more. Maybe I just need to like talk to my other colleagues and my other associates and other people just about what it even means to have a feminine identity, what it is, what and does feminism just encompass more? I mean, obviously, feminism encompasses more than just women supporting women, and other things like that. But I don't know. Um, because okay, here's the thing. I can talk about girl bosses. Why? Because girl bosses was originally meant to just like empower women in other facets of business and other industries, I suppose. And it's cool, right? But now it's like become a meme of itself, and even other women are just like, "Ill, you're a girl." Well, not necessarily like, "Ill, you're a girl boss," but more it's like, "Oh, don't talk to me." And it's not that like, oh yeah, like women can't be entrepreneurs, women can't do X, Y, and Z. It's more along the lines of like, I guess it's just been so tainted by like MLMs and other things that like it's fully completely lost its meaning. Much like gaslight, and I'm pretty sure gatekeep is on that way as well because on Twitter and on TikTok, I think some of the Zoomers, some of the younger kids are talking about gatekeeping things, and I don't think they fully understand what the term means because it's all been diluted by self help. Not necessarily okay. Not so not so, I don't. I'm not a hater of self help. Right. I love self help books. I love learning coping mechanisms on your own. I love going through things, not traumatic things, but I love experiencing life through my lens, right? And knowing that like I am capable of healing and I am capable of getting myself out of my own ruts when possible, but sometimes not everyone is able to do so. Sometimes we need that extra push from therapy. Sometimes we need our friends to like hit us in the face and be like, yo, you are not living your life to the fullest extent. You are in a depressed, miserable pit. We're going to get you out of this together, right? Not everyone can pull themselves up out of it like I can, I suppose. What the fuck point was I even making? God, see, this is why I like, okay, my brain works. Oh, it's not like, oh, I'm different, she's different. No, it's not even like that. It's just like I will explain something and then I'll forget what I was even explaining to talk about. Oh yeah, so the term, several terms that are used in self-help and psychiatric and other things, those types of terminologies that are used for actual experiences and have important definitions, much like how trigger has become such a weird backhanded PC slap in the face to people who actually do have triggers, because I know, because I want someone who actually has several, possibly many, possibly a few amount. But yeah, those are definitely real things. Just like how the term, what was I even talking about? The term. What is the term? What is the term? What am I even talking about? The term gatekeep. Someone said, some child or some young teenager or some young adult, because I don't remember what they were talking about, but they're like, oh, y'all are gatekeeping depression, y'all are gatekeeping illness, because, I mean, and it's like, you can't even do that because everyone's depression and everyone's mental illness and everyone's going through life in their own personal experience, right? Which means even though we all have similarities, meaning like some of us have depression, some of us have anxiety, some of us have eating disorders, some of us have X, Y, and Z, some of us have comorbid disorders, depression, anxiety, eating disorder, and OCD, other things like that. Those things can coexist, although very chaotically, they can. um what the fuck point am I even making? That it's just like, it's all of us go through our own lens and experience things through our own eyes, right? So how can I gatekeep a mental illness when my experience is probably vastly different from yours, TikTok person? Because one, either they can go to the psych ward or they can get medication, things like that, where that is not possible for me right now. I don't have enough money. I don't have insurance. I have no parentals watching me and taking me to the hospital, you know? All this to say what? To say that I really feel like that's kind of a slap in the face to just academics who have worked on these terminologies. And again, I'm someone who does, I'm not really elitist. I don't really care for academia. Yes, I loved university, but going through university and dealing with all of the nonsense that it is made me hate it so much more. So if you don't want to go to college, don't go to college. Fuck college. Um, I don't really know. It's just like everything that we say gets so, not necessarily everything that we say, but like you can say, oh yeah, the sky is blue, and then someone's gonna be like, fuck you, no it's not, da da da. And you know, that's the beauty of the internet, you know, but it's also, I guess, the ugly side of the internet, where everything can get so misconstrued, and you can start with one concept and one term and one idea and one meaning, and it gets turned into something vastly different, which is what happened with gaslight, which is what happened with girl boss, which is what happened with several other phrasings and things that one probably originally had a negative and or positive connotation, I mean, and neutral connotation, and now it's just become a meme, and it's become a caricature of itself, which is, it's so, I mean, okay, I say this word a lot and I need to, you know, expand my vocabulary. I used to have a very wide vocabulary, actually, because I used to be that annoying kid who would read the dictionary after taking the test, because I would take the test so fast, you know, because my brain is so big and juicy, and now my brain is so tiny and dried up. It's like an Oreo. Or Oreo is dry. I haven't had an Oreo in a while. Anyway, I don't know. It's, I guess, what is my deal with it? Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people are like, normalize. Normalize is one of the big ones too that people have just utterly destroyed. And I say people very broadly, because mostly it's just like people either overusing it and misconstruing it, or just they want to include it in their everyday vocabulary, and they're like, normalize this, normalize that, stop gatekeeping this space, stop gatekeeping that space, which gatekeeping is very real. You know, a lot of it happens in Silicon Valley, a lot of it happens in other certain industries, where people won't even interview actual candidates. They'll just get like a friend of a friend to be hired, because they don't even want to give another person a chance, which is so fuck in my mind. But it get people, that's Wall Street, baby. I don't even okay, what the fuck am I even talking about? Normalize this. Oh yeah, and they were like, so I don't know if they use both of the terms, normalize and then gatekeeping certain spaces, or gatekeeping mental illness, or whatever. Normalize shutting up and minding your business. Normalize researching things and looking it up before you say whatever you're gonna say. And I feel like the internet would be a lot better if people just shut up and looked at what they were even trying to talk about or have an opinion on before. And you know, this is, I mean, it's not my problem, but it's more just like, you can tell what people weren't told to shut up as children, or people who just disrespected their parents, or other things like that, because they don't know when to shut up. They need to insert their opinion on every fucking thing. And two, it's like their opinion is right. Anything else you say, anything you will try to combat them with, it's just met on fallen ears, or it just goes goes through one ear and out the other. And those people are like entertainers, and I'm already thinking of several influencers who come to mind, but I'm not going to call anyone out, because I don't want to get my ass on fire. I don't want to be canceled before I even start. And even that term canceled and cancellation and things like that has been so misconstrued, and it's taken so lightly now, when originally it was meant to actually like bring awareness to someone's problematic behavior. But now it's just like, oh, I mean, me and my friends joke about it. Like, you know, someone shares a cursed meme, and then we're like, oh, sweaty, you're canceled. Sorry, bestie, you're canceled. It's just, I don't know, it's just like the nuances, and then realizing of when it's cool for it to become a joke, but also it's like, hey, a predator who is grooming people should definitely be canceled and not given a second chance, whereas like Corpse has been doing fucking farting on VC or whatever isn't something that should go trending. I don't even know why I even thought of that man. Oh my god. Also, it may or may not be a stan, and I will never clarify. And if I do, I will kick my own ass, and that will be a video for everyone to see. The WAP slash "You Girls Are Ruining My Life" remix is so good. I think there's like several different versions now, but the one that I listened to the other day on TikTok was actually really good. Oh, also, okay, I'm moving away from the conversation of whatever the hell I was talking about, how people misconstruing terms, and just talking about whatever else I want, because I actually wanted to talk about Mushishi, but I haven't finished the first season. I watched the second season first because it was available on Crunchyroll. I didn't even know there was a first season. I thought it was just one season. But I wasn't talking about that today, but I actually want to finish and revisit the series because there's so many things I want to talk about for that series. And but yeah, that was just what was on my mind initially. Normalize fucking going outside and touching the grass, washing your ass, talking to your parents, not self-isolating. Self-isolate, but also like talk to people. I know that's hard, right? But we live in a technologically advanced world. You can Skype, Discord, Zoom. There's so many ways of communication now. There's no reason for you to be stuck in your bed for 12 hours. And I say that because I do that. So talk to people, talk to your friends, and stop trying to misconstrue these terms for yourself because you're just doing them a misjustice. Research. Stop, gatekeep the fucking dictionary or something, And I don't even know. I'm just talking to dead air. I only have 3 listeners. But I don't know if anyone else feels that way. But it's just like the internet has just bastardized so many terms. It's just sad, Okay, moving away from that because I've talked about it for literally like 1/3 of this fucking episode. What was I even gonna say? What was I even gonna talk about? God, I was taking a shower, right? Taking a shower, and I was like, ooh, I can talk about this, I can talk about that. These are things that I can talk about. Or I can just ramble for 35 minutes, which is what I usually do every episode, every time I turn on the camera, every time I press record on anything. It's just nonsense. What the hell was I going to talk about? Yeah, normalize washing your ass. Normalize going to therapy. Normalize not minding your own business and not talking to me. Stop arguing with people as well. Y'all love to argue, and y'all is a lot of people as well, especially the Gen Zers. Y'all love to fight. Y'all love to do this and that. Go do your homework. Go, oh my God. I don't care if any Gen Zers roast me. I've been through so much in my bullshit ass life. The engagement will probably, do good for me. Anyway, what the hell was I even talking about? I've said that so many times. I am so sleep deprived, and I didn't even wake up by the time I wanted to wake up. Normalize me shutting up and minding my own business as well, because I have no business telling other people stuff when I can't even get my life together. But again, this is just freeform. This is what I want to do. What was I even talking about? God, I had something I want to talk about. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about Mushishi, but because I haven't finished the series yet, I don't want to do a misjustice, and I also want to get my notes together. I don't have a little notepad because here's what I wanted to talk about. I don't think it's what exactly I wanted to talk about, but it was something that I did want to bring up and mention to my listener / viewer / whatever the hell. That I kind of want to do something like this where it's like one thing about a series or media and then one episode about just personal life updates and just talking in general about whatever the hell I want to talk about, because it's my podcast. I can talk about whatever I want and I get 0 repercussions because no one listens anyway, and that's fine. A lot of people have been doing podcasts. I'm one of them included. That I don't even know why I mentioned that. Oh yeah, because I watched one the other day, and one of the hosts was very, very entertaining. She has good energy, and then the other one is very skittish, and I don't really understand. Also, I realize why people wait to do podcasts, because some people will be begging them, they're not influencers. I guess influencers, but the audience of them will be like, oh, make a podcast, oh, do this, oh, do that, because there's so many ways to create and do things. You can make TikToks, you can make podcasts, you can make YouTube videos, you can do reels and other things. There's so many forms of content to make as a content creator. So literally just start it and do it. But I feel like a lot of people, and I don't know why, because I don't know, and again, I don't know if it's just because of the audience is like from Gen Z to millennials to other older people, because there are a lot of older people who as well watch my videos, which I thought was very interesting. I'm 24. I'm not that old yet. Please don't put me in an old folks home. Maybe next year, maybe when I turn 25, or maybe when I turn 26, then I'll go to the old folks home. That they're just like begging them to do a podcast. And here's what I will say: not everyone should be a podcaster. Not everyone is entertaining. Not everyone can hold um not everyone can like hold attention for that long. Oh, and that's also what I want to talk about. How well, I guess because it's just still on my brain because I just recorded another episode for like my VTuber makeup recreation series or whatever the hell it is, that I really really do appreciate like streamers and VTubers, because it's so insane how they'll go just for like 8 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and just be on and on. And it's granted sometimes they lose their mind, but I guess that's a part of like what makes it fun, is that you just get to see the aftermath of like sleep deprivation or whatever, that they just work so hard. And I wish that was me. I wish I could just keep doing it and keep making content, but I feel like half of the work is definitely that, like, one, they automatically have like the archive, it bringing back it, blah, 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 blah. They don't have to worry about like it recording, I guess, as long as they're live, because they have the archive, because you can save the VODs. The archive is the VODs. What does VOD even stand for? Streamers, Twitch people, can y'all let me know? No, maybe I'll just look it up later. I don't know. I know a lot of things and I don't know a lot of things, but one thing I do know is that I do support streamers and I do love VTubers, because they really, really bust their asses to, one, be entertaining, two, maintain super cute appearance and other things like that. I have no idea what I'm even talking about anymore, honestly. What if I just ended the episode there? No, but I want to keep going. I've been watching a lot of, oh yeah, I've been watching, not a lot, but I have watched a couple movies in the past week and a half, and I don't know why. I feel like sometimes, because I talked to one of my friends about this, that sometimes new media just gets so boring and repetitive. Like I can watch a lot, but I can only watch like so many VTuber clips or so many anime series before it all kind of just becomes repetitive. And I actually normalized me using my fucking brain. I actually downloaded an ebook the other day about going through inherited family trauma. And I was like, whoa, this is cool. I only got to page 12 before I stopped, but it's a start. Yeah, movies, books. I even have magazines. I'm not going to read them, but I have them. I also have so many books I also don't read. But yeah, I feel like so often and what even is new media? Are podcasts considered new media? Are videos, YouTube videos, internet videos, all in whole, regardless of what platform they're affiliated with, are those considered new media? What is it? What does it mean? At the end of the day, what does it all mean? What does it all mean to be mad about things on the internet? What does it even all mean to be a content creator, to be an influencer? I don't even know. I am just here for a laugh. XX. If I was British, imagine I was British when I said that. Imagine if I was British. Ew. No hate to European baddies. Y'all are doing the damn thing. But I don't know. Maybe. But I mean, I guess I have an accent. I suppose I have an accent to people who aren't in Texas and or aren't American and aren't North American. I don't know. What I know is minimal, and what I need to learn is beyond comprehension, because I can learn so many things. That's what I think is also cool about the internet. You can learn so many things. Like with quarantine, so many people have been making rugs. So many people have making rugs. But also, y'all are scammers. Y'all are the art thefts. When just design something, just draw, just make it come from your brain, because you can get DMCA'd. You can get a fine for like selling other people's work as your own. I've seen like Among Us things, and even the dev group that does Among Us literally said, please do not make merchandise from our thingies. We don't even have merch yet because they can't process it. I don't know, and other things like that, like people do Sailor Moon and stuff like that. Do what you want, but just be careful, because I feel like that's it's gray territory, and I saw this channel the other day that was like, he's like, I make rugs or whatever. Yeah, I think it's I make rugs. And like he sells them, or I don't know if they sell them. And I don't know, I'm just suspicious. And here's, I don't know. Art theft is such that's, talk about normalizing. Art theft is insidiously normalized. And I don't know who raised y'all or what's going on with the internet, but don't fucking steal other people's art. How hard is that? It's literally not hard. Like, I don't understand why y'all like this. And again, y'all is a lot of broad people, but it's mostly just like the people who make money off of other people's content. Oh, let's also talk about reactionary content and people who make TikTok compilations on YouTube. Why are you stealing other people's content? For what purpose? Okay, here's the thing. Reaction content in general, I guess, and same thing with, I guess, commentary, is that it's kind of, I guess, the silver lining between, like, stealing content and making your own. It's, like, the small, like, line in between. Because, here's the thing. With reactionary content, right? We think of, like, one of the original people, like, reaction channel, I think his name was Jinx, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on anything I say, because half the time I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. That he would just, like, sit there and it would be, like, kind of like this, right? Except that the big screen was the content and the little screen was him, but he wasn't even that's the thing. Like, you look at reaction videos, like, you look at, like, people, like, looking at the first BTS videos and doing other things because you see the joy on their faces, and it's just, like, what their community does, right? It's to a certain degree, I do feel like it's content stealing, but I also guess it's, like, in the middle of it, because you are providing something new and insightful, because we're watching you watch those grown men dance and sing, and it's cool, I suppose. BTS studies, don't come for me, please. I don't know. I like, same thing with commentary channels, because they're taking someone who's minding their own business, right? Most of the time, like, okay, Shallon Lester, and then that vegan teacher lady who's like, I'm not even gonna say what she preaches, because God, she's gonna come for me. She's gonna fucking rip me a new one. I don't know, because sometimes people are just minding their own business and they're like, haha, look at this freak. But I guess with, like, other things like Lily Jean, and how, like, she's literally just a fake influencer because her mom buys all of her followers and her engagement and things like that, which kind of sucks and is a slap in the face, because so many beauty people work so insanely hard in the industry to get to where they are. And granted, some of them don't, but the ones that I follow, they do bust their ass, and they do, like, do influencer they do influencer content on top of, like, their full-time job as well. So they're really doing the damn thing, and they're really working hard. And it's kind of fucked up that some people just get to slide in on whatever momentum is going at the moment and just blow up. But I guess that's the beauty and the shittiness of the internet, is where someone who's working super, super hard, making content consistently for so long, just never gets a hit, but someone who makes a brand new channel and does content that's already been done before literally gets 70,000 subscribers in a couple months. But I guess that's the way that the game is played. You know, it's a lottery system. Some people get it and some people don't. But it also feels like everyone's an influencer at this point, honestly. And that's not bad, but it's also like, what do you do different? What do you bring to the game? And that's why I guess I'm struggling to segue into something that I really did want to talk about and go more in depth about, which is kind of just why I guess I wanted to give up on being a YouTuber, or just give up on being a content creator in general, because it's much easier to I guess, like, watch and be a part of an audience than it is to make it. And I don't want to say that because, like, one, it's not super easy. Two, it's also not super hard, because you can download. There's so much available free openware and software that you can do like, you can literally start, like, okay, here's my thing to, like, anyone. If you want to do it, do it. I am someone who, it's not that I act on impulse, but I will do what I want because I can. You know, like, I will get more piercings, I will get more tattoos. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm gonna do what I want, and no one's gonna tell me what I want to do. But I guess that's a part of, like, why I just am continuing to pursue it, is that it would be really cool to be that, because I wanted it so bad for such a long time. But also, I guess, why I do want to give up, because it feels like I don't want to say I work so hard, because some of my videos are mediocre at best, but I do put in the work, I'm putting the time, I'm putting the effort, and YouTube just fucking hates me. And I don't know what it is, if I'm just like, I'm not sexy, I'm not young, I'm not this and that, I don't know. But also it's like YouTube doesn't even know it's an algorithm, and it won't even share it with people who have been like begging to be a part of like the in circle or like the in group or whatever, because so many of this like TikTokers and other things like that, other people who may or may not be extremely talented, just get to come and absolutely demolish the platform. I don't know, but it's always I don't know, it's always been a struggle as, I guess, a smaller content creator, or like a micro influencer or whatever the hell, because there's so many terms now as well for those kinds of things. I don't know, because I do want to give up. I do just want to throw in the towel and quit and just live a normal life, right? But it would also be really cool to live the influencer lifestyle, and not necessarily influencer like, oh, like, going to Maui or whatever, but just to be able to like have access to resources that I can only dream of, because then I can actually make an impact in my community and the things that I do. Because it's not that I'm always thinking about this, but I am. That's just the way that I am. That's why I chose to do the degree that I chose to do, because I always want to help people regardless of the situation that I'm in. Because as much of a humongous bitch that I am, I do care about people, and I do want to see everyone succeed, and I do want to see everyone live their best life. And I guess that's just like why I was kind of drawn to this, because I can make an impact on other people's lives regardless of how big or little it is, and also whoever chooses to listen, because I really, really try to be mindful of what I say. I really try. But also sometimes you just got to be blunt. And I feel like maybe YouTube isn't for me. Maybe by the end of this year I will no longer be a YouTuber, but maybe I'll also be doing different types of content. I also hope you like these are no longer my serial killer glasses. These are my podcasting glasses. So maybe you'll see me in Project Tonic with these on. But I don't know. I have these and I just don't wear them. That's the thing. I don't even know if I want to continue to do YouTube, or even like what the future holds with me with YouTube. Everything is just a big question mark, I suppose. Like, what does it even mean? What does it even mean to be a YouTuber? I mean, I guess, because that's the thing as well. Like, I feel like as well, YouTubers have become a caricature of themselves, because everyone like makes fun of the like, what's up guys, because that's very like, the obnoxious people, or they're like, what's up so-and-so family, and it's like, they're not your family, they're just your viewers, but I mean, I guess, and as well, and I guess that like kind of reinforces the parasocial relationship, where people are like, oh, I know X, Y, and Z content creator because and it's like, no, like you, and I said this in another video, I think, as well, it's like, you don't know them, you just know what they're showing you. They are just sharing like the best part of themselves, or like the part that they know that's gonna make them money, which is, I guess, like totally makes sense, because of the Ace family, where they like turn on their personalities when the camera is on, but off camera they're just like, not that they're regular people, but they're like have bad attitudes, or they're just like not as positive or loud or other things like that. And I think that's what's so interesting about those people, and I guess like learning more about the industry as my channel grows, or just whatever, or like as more people get quote unquote exposed, is that not everyone is themselves. And that's why, like I say, tread lightly and be careful of who you support, and also like a lot of other influencers come to mind. There's a lot of fucking people will be scared, and I'll name them. I'm not gonna name them, but just know, if open your mind temporarily, and I'll like astral project it, I'll like teleport it to your brain. So I'm teleporting it right now, the information. If you got it, we're connected now. But if you didn't, maybe I'll tweet about it. I don't know. I tweet about a lot of fucking bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's also what I think is interesting about the internet. Not everything has to be insightful. We can just fucking shit, diarrhea, garbage, poo pee pee, and it'll make traction. I think that's also I think I also find enamoring, is that in how big and ginormous and vast the internet is, anyone can make it. Anyone can go viral the next day, but also anyone can get canceled the next day. Anyone can lose their career the next day as well. And I guess that's what I like / am endeared / obsessed with as well, is that like I guess to like make it make sense, like to give an example, is how like um American fans of VTubers like did a meme, I guess, on a VTuber, and now his popularity with overseas viewers and his channel as well just completely skyrocketed because when they debuted or when they premiered or whenever they started their online career, they didn't have a lot of viewership, and now all of them have a way more viewership and way more subscribers. And I'm so happy for them because they're so fucking talented. Tall stars are so talented, and I love all of them, and they're all great, and they are all amazing, and I love them, and I want to support them in the future. But I don't have any money, or I don't have enough money to be able to convert to yen to support them. But this was such a long conversation about the same things, about nothing insightful at all. But we're here for a laugh. We're here to open up our minds, to teleport information to each other, because we're just on that level of closeness on No One's Home here. This is just how we do it. What else was I even gonna say? I don't think I really had anything else to say. I honestly, I literally thought of so many things, and then I come on here, I say goddamn nothing, I try to start fights for no reason. But again, this is just all my opinion. It's like you don't have to listen to any of it, and if you do agree with me, you can always at me on Twitter at @isnosomnia, because I feel not that I need to be cyberbullied, but sometimes you just need to bring down a level, because I feel like no one looks at my stuff, and I feel like if I just say something so blasé, everyone's gonna come for me, and then I'm gonna get canceled. I don't know, but I mean, that's the thing, because some people live, not that they live with that fear, but it's always a possibility. Just like how I said, like you can go viral the next day, you can literally be a millionaire possibly within the next month, or you can lose literally everything that you own, which is the beauty and the insaneness of the internet, I suppose. I'm so sleep deprived, and I have had zero water. And I have a cup of water, but I don't want to drink it because it says you're gonna know how much of a degenerate I am, and we don't need that. I want to maintain an image of mysteriousness, even though I have already shared so much on like Twitter and Tumblr. I don't know. I guess there's no. Oh, that's the other thing that I think is very interesting as well with Gen Zers, is that there's like little to no, not that there's little to no privacy, but that there's little to no sense of, hey, I shouldn't share my entire fucking life online. And granted, I am not the best example of that because I have shared a lot of intimate details of my life. But I feel like we can see, like on TikTok, we can see like psych ward stories and other really awful things. Not to say that going to psych ward is awful, but it's just like we see so many random intimate details of people's life, which again also probably reinforces the parasocial relationship, because you think, oh yeah, they're sharing their trauma with me, and then you form a trauma bond because you're like, oh yeah, like I went through the same thing, and I guess that's what keeps you watching them. But sometimes we just have to realize, like, one, this person is probably doing it because it's their job, or two, they probably don't have a therapist, or three, they think that y'all are besties and you're not, you're just a viewer, you're I don't know how to explain it to where like it like it'll where when it'll make sense, or because like just think like when you go to a concert, you're doing it to like support the person that you love, right? But that concert person is probably never gonna remember you or never gonna see you, right? And you can maintain that distance. Try to think of that like with an influencer, like when you tune in and things like that, or like when you go sub, or like when you go to their lives and things like that. Like you're just a small part of a humongous audience, right? They don't know you, they're not your bestie, and I don't know how else to say it. And it's not that like I'm trying to like tread lightly or say it in a way that's not gonna hurt anybody, right? But I don't know, I just see so many people like put these content creators and these influencers on a high pedestal because they've shared intimate details of their lives. But here's the thing, I don't know about y'all, but I was raised to like not say those things on the internet, and I feel like a lot of, it's not I don't want to say like parents are doing a bad job, but it's just like, don't get too comfortable, because one, I feel like also, because you never know who's behind that screen, right? Even if you've shared photos and things like that, there's always a possibility that it's just like some random fucking old person who's trying to manipulate you or whatever. just be careful. Just be careful, because I feel like there's so many awful stories that I've read or heard or have talked about, and it never ends well, you know? So if you happen to be younger and or middle-aged or whatever age you are, just be careful on the internet. Be careful, be mindful, but also have fun, you know? It's the fucking internet. I mean, granted, even like people talking about things and things repeating themselves, it's never stopped anyone. And also, if you need a sign that to start TikTok, to start YouTube, to start to start your podcast, to do whatever, do it. This is your sign. If you've made it to this far in the episode, do it. You know, why not? Do it. But also, drink some water. Eat. Take a shower. Normalize cleaning your room. Normalize doing your fucking chores and housework. God. But yeah, that is all that I have for you for this week's episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching if you're watching the visualizer. Sorry, I literally talked about nothing again for 35 or so minutes. But yeah, if you would like to follow me, I am at Isnosomnia on all platforms. I have a TikTok again for whatever reason, but it's just to share videos of my cat. So if you would like to make ravioli go viral, please do so I never have to buy litter or food again. I would appreciate it. He's very expensive. He's very fat. He eats a lot and he shits a lot. But yeah, thank you for listening and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.